All right, we are live again. I'm just waiting on the video to connect on my other monitor so I can grab that link and put it in our community so that they can conveniently hop on the YouTube live and get in the live chat. So let me see. Okay, I got that link. I'm gonna post it over there. Cool beans. It is there. All right. It is there, y'all. Okay, so if you are an entrepreneur spinning your wheels and struggling to get to your first six figures in business, this morning show is just for you. But if you want to be in studio of this show and have the opportunity and the advantage of the hot seat, which is where you can get your individual obstacles addressed, like Tracy and Debbie and Dr. Tachi and Kimberly and Dewana, who are currently in studio, then you will get just one of the ways that you can take advantage of value given by our group. So go to shaycannon.info/group to join us. Now, we come together as a free business mastermind, giving more value than most paid masterminds. We have 3 pillars of value that does that, giving you more information and value than paid masterminds. Number 1, we come together and build community with events like a virtual happy hour that we had last week and the movie club night that we're having tonight. Number 2, we are intentional about collaborating to make each other's businesses better and make money together. And number 3, we have conversations that are transformational for your business growth, like free trainings and the subject matter of this morning show. So you need to join us, shaycannon.info/group. All right. Welcome to your first six figures morning show. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/ads. Let me throw that link over there on the live YouTube side. Welcome back, Keith. We see you. Okay, shaycannon.com/ads, because what we're talking about and what we're closing out in this part 3 of the series is stop wasting money. What paid ads to invest in for your business. Okay. Now, when it comes to paid ads, they can definitely help you to kind of catapult your business. It's a very powerful tool, paid ads, okay? But number 1, you should only be using paid ads for things that already work, okay? Because as a business that is struggling to get to your first 6 figures, you don't have time or money to waste, okay? Now, when you have a low budget, then you don't have the luxury of running ads to get data, right? Because you definitely can. This is what large corporations do. They run ads to get more data to know what to really run ads toward, right? They got that kind of budget. You don't. So you got to start your ads off to things that already work to maximize the return on investment, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is when you actually have something at work and you're ready to run your ads, you need to know who to run ads to and when. What is the right time? Who is the right person? All right. And that's what we're talking about this week. And we're using what we're calling a lead funnel. Okay. We're using the lead funnel. And I want to give you a visual of that lead funnel so that you understand what we're talking about and you can envision it. Okay. So this is the lead funnel. Okay. Now, the top has the most people in it. The middle has less people than the top, but more people than the bottom. And the bottom has the least amount of people, which is giving you the form of a funnel. Okay. So top is top of funnel. Middle is middle of funnel. Bottom is bottom of funnel. Tofu, mofu, and bofu. It's that easy. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. I affectionately call these the Foo Fighters. There's a whole system around this to help you do your organic marketing and help you guide you with your paid ads. You need to go to shaycannon.com/organic and get that entire workshop so that you definitely understand what you're doing, and why. Okay. But this week, we've been talking about the running ads portion. And so if you need to know the people that are on Tofu and what your job is and what kind of ads to run for Tofu, you need to go to the replay of part 1 from Tuesday. Okay. If you need to know who the people are in the middle of the funnel and you want to know how to cultivate them and what kind of ads to run to them, you want to go to part 2, which was 5 minutes ago. But look for part 2's replay. Okay. This is part 3. And we're talking about BOFU. We finally made it to the bottom of the funnel. All right. So the people in BOFU are people who have been well nurtured by you. And now they like, know, and trust you. Okay. Because you have cultivated a deeper relationship with them. They are hot leads. They are sales qualified leads, and they are definitely more likely to buy your offers. And so as you went up the funnel, those people were less likely to buy your offer. And that's why we didn't run ads to them about our offer. Okay. Now we're at the bottom. Now we're running ads about the offer. And so now that you know who they are, your goal is to help them to make a buying decision for your offer by making sure they understand what the offer is, the problem that it solves, the transformation that it will bring, and how it makes their life better. Okay. So your ads to these bottom of funnel or BOFU people should alleviate any perceived obstacles, okay, they may have to buying your offer. They have been pre-qualified to need what you have, right? Need you as a source. They already like, know, and trust you, and you can give them the solution that they trust. All right. That's who these people are. Now, that's what was in the blog. All right. That's what was in the blog. You know, on the morning show, we give you more. All right. So if you don't know who I am, I'm your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7-figure CEOs, living my best life just 3 blocks from the beach in Mexico. All right. I use my superpowers to create a foundation of business growth to position online service-based entrepreneurs like you to generate your first 6 figures to fund your desired lifestyle, even if you don't have a team. Okay. Now let's get into this bottom of funnel. I want to give you more. I want to remind you what your goal is. Okay. Your goal is to help those who have already been highly nurtured by you, already like, know, and trust you. Okay. Already see you as the authority. We want to give them, we want to have already pitched them what our solution is to their problem. And we want to help them to make a buying decision. Okay. That all of that is our goal. That is the clarity of it. Now, these are the things I need you to consider. Okay. You need to create opportunities to convert them by getting them off the fence. Okay. That's our job. We want to get them off the fence. We want to get a yes or a no. I am not one of those that if somebody gives me a no, I'm trying to turn their no into a yes. If you need that kind of information and that kind of skill set, you can go somewhere else. There are plenty of people that can help you do that. I don't do that because I'm not a true salesperson. I don't actually sell. I present opportunity. Okay. You have a problem. I have an answer. You've been following me. I've nurtured you. You trust me. You trust my answer. And now I'm giving you an opportunity to partake of my answer to your problem, my solution. Okay. So I don't do that turning a no into a yes. All I need from you is a yes or a no. If you can't give me a yes right now and you haven't given me a no, to me, you just need more information to get to your yes. That's that opportunity. And that's all we're doing in BOFU. I'm giving you more information to get you off the fence to a yes or a no. Okay. Now I'm doing that by removing doubt. Okay, whether it's doubt that you can use it with success, like other people have used it with success, doubt that it's actually a transformation there. I'm just removing doubt. Okay, I'm answering any objections that you have. I'm validating what the offer is, and I'm sharing information to help you make a buying decision. Now, I will tell you, I've had to learn from some influencers that were actually paid money to coach me that some of the things we have on our sales page, some of the things we have in our sales pitch, some of the things we have when we're talking about our offer are not helpful at all. They seem helpful. They may justify what your price is to you. They may give you more confidence. But if the things that you're doing to sell don't help make a buying decision, you're wasting time, you're wasting space, okay? And people can easily click away, turn their attention from you because you're not talking about what they need to make a buying decision. So that's what I want you to keep in mind. You need to be talking about what your ideal client needs to hear to make a buying decision. We're not big up in ourselves to make us look intelligent, but we are telling them things that help them to make a buying decision. When I tell you that as a fractional chief operating officer, that I work with 6 and 7 figure CEOs and I have an exclusive clientele, that lets you know that I can help you make it to your first 6 figures. I'm not just big upping myself, right? I'm not just validating who I am as a person or an expert. I'm giving you information that helps me stand out when you're comparing me to somebody else. Does that make sense? All right. Now, that was a great segue into unique selling proposition language. Okay. Again, the things about you that make you a great person, that make you a great expert are awesome. You can do content on that, all of that. But when it comes to BOFU, we're only focused on the unique selling propositions or the things that make you stand out that help them to say yes or no. Okay. Yes or no. I will tell you, if I was any other kind of coach, me living in Mexico might not make a hill of beans of a difference to anybody else. But because a part of what I'm helping you to do is create a life of freedom, the fact that I don't live in the United States and I'm out here thriving 3 blocks from the beach, living the life, that is actually a USP or unique selling proposition that can help somebody make a buying decision. Right? Because if they have this other business coach and they have me, and this business coach lives in Arizona, and that's not their ideal of freedom, and the fact that I live in Mexico is at the height of what they think freedom is, they're going to choose me over that other coach. Okay? USPs that help make a buying decision. All right. Another thing we want to do, we want to press the fuck. Okay? We want to press the fuck out of their pain points. Okay? Because see, it's easy for people not to choose you when they forget about their pain. Okay? Think about going to the dentist, right? You know you got a cavity, but you'll put it off until guess what? That cavity that toothache come, baby, that pain is going to make you move. Every time you think about that pain, it's going to make you move. It's going to be the same thing with your offer. When you remind them of their pain, whether they're in it right now or not, they felt it before, they kind of feel it when you start talking about it. That's going to help them to make a buying decision now rather than later. So yes, we want to press the fuck out of pain points. Okay. Opposite of that, we want to also talk about the transformation. We want to talk about, aren't you ready to have that life without this problem? Right? Are you not ready to live the dream? We want to do that too. But them pain points, baby, those that's more, it brings more urgency. Okay. We want to do both, but the pain points bring more urgency. All right. We want to do some direct selling to those sales qualified leads. Okay. Some of y'all leaving everything up to that sales page, that selling event. Sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you got to jump in DMs. Sometimes you got to make phone calls. Sometimes you got to make individual emails, right? It's okay to direct sell to somebody in BOFU. They already know, like, and trust you. You've already been nurturing them. It's okay to give them some one-on-one contact to see, hey, why haven't you taken us up on this offer? I know that you have this problem. How can I help? What do you need to make a decision? Okay, so you can do some direct selling. Now, did you know that research shows it takes 5 purchases to create brand loyalty? Okay, 5 purchases. This is where some tiny offers can really come in handy. Okay, so if you've done a tiny offer before and you're at the main offer and they're not quite ready for the main offer, you can throw in some more tiny offers. Okay, because again, nobody's doing 5 purchases of the main offer most likely. So what are they purchasing to get them to that brand loyalty? Tiny offers. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, now we're about to go to your actionable strategies to use. We've gone over all the things you need to consider for BOFU. Let's go into some actionable strategies. Your calls to action, okay? Your calls to action. They should be buy this, get this now, and all of that. And I just realized I gave y'all this link in part 2, and I really should have waited to this one. But we definitely want to have calls to action, and I have a whole list of them on this blog post. So let me share that with y'all. Again, I shared it early last time, but here you go. Okay, if you go to shaycannon.com/words, in fact, let me share my screen again. There you go. You're going to see this blog post on marketing words, okay? And these are all calls to action. All calls to action. Okay, so you have some scarcity words that help them to buy now versus later. You have, and this is in paragraph form, but I know y'all see these commas. Like, this is a whole list. I just didn't want to make this page longer than necessary, but it's a whole list in this paragraph. All right. So scarcity words to make them buy now versus later. We have money and value words, words that help you to express just how valuable your offer is. Okay. When they're comparing value so that they're not making you a commodity, right? If you're not confident with the price, you need to show more value. You can use these words, okay? Vanity words, go ahead and bolster that confidence around your offer. So you got a whole list of vanity words, and then you have a list of trust words. And let me tell you, trust words come in handy when you have high ticket offers. So again, shaycannon.com/words, whole bunch of calls to action words there that you can put on your action buttons on your sales sites. Put in your sales, we're going to say your sales language, your copy, your sales copy. All right. Now, those are your calls to action. What is the social proof that you need to be sharing? So again, testimonials are always going to rank high. We talked about in part 2, we talked about your Amazon reviews. We talked about your Yelp reviews, your TripAdvisor. We love to hear what somebody else had to say about this thing we're about to buy. Testimonials are great. Okay. Live testimonials during the time that you're selling, the best. Video testimonials, the second best and the most common. Audio testimonials, even good. Okay. They're good too. And then word testimonials would be last. And if you're going to use just words, at least put a picture up there so they can kind of identify the person that supposedly said those words, right? Because they don't really be trusted when y'all write it out like that. Okay. That's why audio, video, and in person work better. All right. Now, you can also do what we call it's called UGC, but it's user generated content. Okay. User generated content. And that's usually video. And yes, it's a form of testimonial, but it goes deeper. Okay. It is somebody that is basically, they could be, if it's a physical product, they can be showing it. And in the video, you've seen these videos before. If it's a service based, they could be doing a demonstration for you. They're like really doing the most to show that they love your service or your product. That is user generated content. Somebody who used it is generating content about it. UGC. Okay, it's a powerful piece of content that help people see social proof and help them make a buying decision. Okay, again, great reviews and testimonials. You can share client win highlights that demonstrate their transformation. Okay, so I love when after, because when we do a service, some people in the service, they enjoyed I'm going to say the experience of the service, but they haven't really gotten the transformation yet, right? A lot of my clients enjoy the experience of me mapping out their business, but just because I mapped it out doesn't shoot them right to their first 6 figures. There's a process. Right? So they can talk about the experience of getting a roadmap. They can talk about the process of, going through the roadmap. I'm going to tell you, I talked to Shawana Kennedy of Kennedy Media this week. Shawana Kennedy said, I need to get a trophy rated for her because she's about to hit her first 6 figures. What? Okay. So there's a whole different testimony and social proof that comes when they actually get the transformation. So you can do highlights of clients that have actually gotten the transformation because, for us service providers, it's harder to get that transformation testimony because it doesn't happen right when we do the service sometimes. Okay. Cool beans. Next is going to be, you can do team win highlights. So there are some of us that have teams and we can do highlights of the team. But let me tell you, it does not help anybody make a buying decision when you're sharing your team and they're talking about their personal wins. Okay. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. Nobody cares. That could be content. All right. But that is not BOFU content. BOFU content helps make a buying decision. So you want to highlight the team member that did something awesome to get a client to the transformation. That will help make a buying decision. All right. Next up, you can share behind the scenes of you handling pain points to get the client to the transformation. Product-based businesses, they're always showing like Kimberly said last time, them putting the labels on or them squirting the stuff in or however they're making the product. Us service-based businesses, we create stuff too, right? So there's behind the scenes of how you're putting together a roadmap or behind the scenes of you going through the phases of the service. That's our behind the scenes, okay? So how are you handling these people's pain points and getting them to the transformation? That is the behind the scenes that we want to show, all right? Let's go ahead and take Dr. LaFera off video because she is distracting us with them body parts. All right. So the next thing is we want to show favorable data about our service. Okay. Data is awesome. So you want to share like a preliminary timeline of, when they get started and when they could finish, right? So it could be something like, you can get transformation in as little as 3 months, right? So that's kind of data driven information. You can show cost estimations, right? How much money this service can help you get. That's what I do. You can make it to your first 6 figures with my roadmap. So that number is a cost, a value estimation. How much money you save somebody is a number that you can give. Okay. How much time you save somebody, right? And of course, I've already said 6 figures. That's the amount of money people have made. So that kind of data is amazing. Okay. That is amazing. Some of it can be out of this many clients. This is how many that have actually gotten a result. That's amazing information, right? If it swings in your favor. So data is good, right? So that's all the social proof that you can share. Now, what kind of ads would you run? Okay. First of all, I want to tell you, we're not running an ad to pitch them the offer. Okay. The best money spent on an ad is when you're re-pitching the offer. Okay. Because we have pitched the offer in sales events. Okay. And so that ad was for the event. And then they came to the event and we pitched the offer. Okay. We have pitched the offer at the end of a funnel. We have pitched the offer to these people before. So we're running ads to re-pitch the offer. Now, what can we put in these ads? Again, we can press those pain points. We can share the desired transformation. We can share social proof from that whole list that we just talked about. We can add in high value bonuses as a part of that ad to repitch the offer. We can add in limited time value associated with the offer, because sometimes there can be something in there that's a little bit of value, but you're not going to be able to get this if you don't get it during the duration of this ad. Right? Okay. The ad can be showing demonstrations and walkthroughs of the service. Okay. The ad can offer a free call. This could be a discovery call. It could be a free coaching call, a strategy call. It could be a Q&A about it. It could be application for it. Call. Okay. But they're not paying money for this call. It could be a free trial if it's applicable, right? I've been thinking about how would I work a free trial for my paid membership, right? So it could be a free trial if it's applicable, okay? Some of our services don't have a free trial, okay? There's just none. So that wouldn't go for you if it's not applicable to your stuff, all right? Any new reason to pick you over somebody else is a reason to run an ad to the people that you're repitching to, all right? When you get awards, when you get media, when anything highlights you, your brand, even a client, okay? It's worth running an ad to repitch the offer to people who already know about your offer. All right. Now, who are the targets for this ad? Now, after this, I'm going to ask my people which one of these BOFU strategies they know they need to do more of. Is there an obstacle to executing? And we're going to start with Cheryl, just so that y'all know. Now, go back. Targets for these ads. People who attended sales events. Okay. People who are segmented on your emails having received a proposal or something before, okay? People who have purchased tiny offers before. People who have visited your main offer page within the last 14 days. People who have initiated the checkout, okay? People who did everything on the checkout page but hit buy. Okay, that's called abandoned cart. Those people, all of those people are worth running an ad to for BOFU. Okay, so let's go back over. I've given you considerations to remember for BOFU. I've given you calls to actions, and I gave you shaycannon.com/words to get exact calls to action for exact things, okay? Then I gave you examples of social proof that should match those calls to action, right? Which is buy. Then I told you these are the ads you want to run, okay? The things that are the focus of the ads. Then I told you who you're going to run those ads to target, all right? Now, this is a lot of stuff. This is why y'all need these show notes, right? So we're going to start with Cheryl. Which of these BOFU strategies do you know you need to do more of? And do you have a problem to executing it?
No problem. Excited to execute though. I do a thing, I'll just call it pick my brain sessions. And when you were talking, I thought, I could pitch to the pitch my brain session people, because they pay for an hour or 2 hours, sometimes recurring.
Yes.
If I, focus on them and make the offer, they've seen the social proof, because every time I run, for instance, the bestseller drive, I'm always posting all the stats, everything. And 90% of my pick my brain sessions are about either making money or bestseller drive. So if that makes any sense, it's like all formulating now, but when you said that, it was like, bam. So that's what I'd like to do, or am doing.
I love that, because I would say once a quarter, I send an email to everybody who's done a discovery call and a pick my brain session with me to push them towards an entire roadmap, right? So I love that. So all you're doing is every quarter, you know what I'm saying, you're capturing those people. And you may be giving them a bonus that wasn't available when you first talked to them, something that helps them to what? Make a buying decision. So I love that. Okay, cool.
All righty.
I know,
sounds
right?
Good. Thank you. I'm glad I finally found how to get over here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they tell us we're supposed to be selling every day, but then they don't tell us how to sell every day, do they, Cheryl? This is one of those ways we could be doing that. So cool. Kimberly Miles, if you're available to come off the mic, do so. If not, you can use the in-studio chat to let us know. Dr. Tachi, which of the BOFU strategies do you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to executing it?
So I was thinking about when you said free trial, so this is something future, when it comes to that, having some sort of, not membership necessarily, but like a subscription, I was thinking of free trial for that. So that stood out.
Yes. Okay, cool beans. I love it. I love it. All right. So what I will say is the consideration for that, and the reason why I haven't just started one, is you want to make sure that they're not able to perceive they've gotten enough value from the trial to not continue to get the membership, right? Because what we know is whatever length we give you in the trial, that ain't enough for you to get no transformation. But I don't even want you to think it's enough, right? Because sometimes we, the experts, know it's not enough, but we've not done enough to explain to the client or potential client that it's not enough. So I don't even want you to perceive you can get enough. So that's why I got to kind of think through it. So what it might look like is maybe the free trial in my membership. Well, I guess I need to explain my membership. So if you go to shaycannon.com/membership, what you understand is that there are going to be 2 modules of trainings. Each module of training come with its own set of tools. Then you have the ongoing membership that is supporting you in different ways with being productive and goal oriented, right? Now, I'm thinking my free trial can be just, they can get module 1 of the training, not the tools and nothing else. And that way they understand that being productive and reaching your goals is more than about time management. Right? So I'm thinking along that way. So I want you to remember, Dr. Tachi, that we can't even let them think they have gotten enough to get a transformation, because usually that's what makes them not buy. And sometimes it takes them 2 or 3 years to realize, hey, that wasn't enough. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, let's go to Debbie. Debbie, which of the BOFU strategies do you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to executing it?
No obstacles. What I needed to do more of, which I am doing, is showing data. I just my original client hit 1 million downloads with his podcast, and we started it. So we've been promoting that.
Oh, I love that.
And he gave a testimonial thanking his listeners, but he also thanked our team for getting him there. So we have his testimonial. And then I turned part of his testimonial into a commercial, a 30-second commercial.
A 30-second commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I recently, Shawana Mack is not on here. In fact, I think she's in Egypt right now. So Shawana Mack owns Mack Travel Agency.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the data points I recently had her to collect for her website, I actually had 3. And how I'm going to have it is those numbers are going to rotate up high. Let me show y'all this. Look, because she don't care. So we're working on her website, and this is one of the design pages. So the data I pulled for her is miles traveled, trips planned, locations visited. That is so strong to help somebody make a buying decision about her stuff, right? Do I pick her as a travel agent over somebody else, right? Another one is that the fact that she's been in the travel industry for over 20 years, right? So those data points like that really make a difference and really help people to make that buying decision. So I love that you pick data, because I don't think that we look at data enough, and our version of data. Like if there's anything you can pull out that got a number attached to it that you can highlight yourself, that's going to help somebody make a buying decision. So love that for you, Debbie. All right. Dr. LaFerris said, I'm not doing anything weird anymore. Can I come back on camera? Sure. Too funny. All right, Dr. LaFerris, as you're coming on camera, it's your turn. So which of the BOFU strategies do you need to do more of? And do you have an obstacle to executing? You got to unmute yourself. Let me ask you to unmute so that it's easier.
Thank you very much for taking me off of probation.
Of course. Look, this is rehabilitation. We don't want to leave you there.
I would say, so for ads for BOFU, kind of showing people where I've been, in terms of my health and how I brought it back, using my framework that includes juicing. And then, I also, like, she didn't pay me, but my mom is like a client, and she's almost 70, but she looks 40. So like, and she just started doing what I've been telling her to do over the past like 2 years. And like, so I could be using her. I could be talking to my grandmother, which I did start doing, because we just have these conversations, like, just to show like what it looks like when you prioritize your health, like now, what it looks like, in the future, that type of stuff. Since I don't have like, actual, well, I guess the clients that I did have, they're hard to get a hold to. And like, and so I have their old testimonials, with the writing and stuff. But as far as like ads, I could do stuff like that. And like stuff like when I did the juice challenge, I have like a couple testimonials that are really good, talking about how helpful it was. So I guess I could use those for BOFU, for like video ads.
You definitely could. Now I will tell you that because a lot of your stuff has to do with coaching, right? Then that means you already have them on Zoom. So you need to be getting testimonials darn near every Zoom meeting, so that you already have those videos. So reserve the last part of your time with them to ask them, how have things been going? What has really worked for you? You know what I'm saying? What transformations have you gotten so far? You know what I'm saying? And you can always use the end of that for testimonials, because what it is people more and more today are busy, right? It's so much on them to do and get done that they have every intention of doing that for you. And then they just never get around to it. because it's just
Yeah.
not a priority in their life. So while you have them, find a way to get it. Now, if you have a group coaching program, ask everybody at the end of every meeting to take a moment and ask, right? You can also, if you have a program that has an end to it, have a virtual graduation where a part of that is giving them accolades and celebrating them. And then the last part of that is letting everybody give a testimony. We have to make testimonials a part of the service that we give. Just add a little bit more on the end, because they're not going to be able to, they would love to tell you how it is. So go ahead and get it. Okay.
Okay.
So I would
Thank
say
you
do that.
very much.
Of course.
All right.
No problem. All right. I don't see anybody talking in the chat over here on the YouTube side. I saw Keith said something earlier, but nobody's answered the question over there. Let me see. Okay, I can't see the numbers of who's watching. But hey, let's go to these announcements, and then we'll give YouTube a chance to say whatever they got to say over there. Announcements again. These show notes, this is one of those weeks where you want the show notes. So there are 2 ways to get the show notes. Number 1, be in our free community, our free business mastermind. Go to shaycannon.info/group. Okay. Join the group. Show notes are located in the files section. Number 2, you can get the entire morning show in your inbox. Okay. Go to shaycannon.com/show. Get the show in your inbox. You're going to get an email in the mornings to remind you to jump on to the live chat. I'm sorry, the live show on YouTube. Then you'll get another email in the afternoon that will give you 2 links, one to the replay and one to the show notes. Today, because we did 2 shows to catch up from inclement weather this week, you're going to get 2 emails today, and it's going to have the replay and the show notes for the part 2 and part 3. All right. Tonight is movie club night. The movie that won is Illusions for Sale. It is on Netflix. It's about the fall of a coaching guru. If you want the event information to join us tonight, it's not too late to watch it. I don't start watching until about 4 p.m. And I'm ready at 7 p.m. when we have the event. If you want the event information, got to be in the group, shaycannon.info/group. Tomorrow we have our Get Shit Done work session. It's from 1 to 5 for our paid membership, but the free community can come in at 3 o'clock and get some shit done. If you want that information, again, you need to be in our group, shaycannon.info/group. All right. Now let me check over here. I see nothing on YouTube, and y'all know I don't force it at all. So this has been our 3-part series. It has been excellent this week, despite bad weather that kept us from broadcasting on yesterday. We got 2 shows in a day to complete the series, so that's great. All right, guys, I want you to have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here on tomorrow. Studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great week, everybody.